This is Startup Podcast PH Discussion number 2 at kasama natin ngayon ang dalawang Filipino digital marketing companies, lead principals and Xurge Digital Media para pag-usapan ano nga ba nangyayari sa digital marketing and e-commerce space. Ano nga ba ang recent trends and innovations in digital marketing. So simulan natin ang ating introductions. So hello and kamusta Kyle Jarque, founder and CEO of Lead Principals. So can you just introduce your company? Sino bang inyong clients? What you do?
All right. Hi, what's up? So, welcome guys sa ating startup podcast. Thank you Sir Johnny for inviting me. Medyo sir yung pagkaano kasi, prof for 3 years. So I've known Sir Johnny since college. He's my makalimutan na. For maraming subject eh. And not just that, I think medyo on a personal level kasi parang family Sir Johnny. Her sister is actually my sister's best friend since high school. So, and our dog is also Sir Johnny's. Okay, so marami, no? We go way back and I'm so happy that he invited us here for digital marketing trends. And me personally, we have a digital marketing community/agency kung saan we're helping people in locally in the Philippines to start their businesses through e-commerce. So we help them understand how to do Facebook ads. Okay, we provide them with the knowledge on how to build chatbots. So more or less, it's building chat sales, strategies to build their small businesses dito sa Philippines. So we're planning on increasing those to increasing scopes to TikTok, Instagram, but right now we're really heavily doing Facebook ads and then using chat or Shopify as a sales strategy so that mas madali nilang ma-start. So right now, we have more than 2,600 entrepreneurs under us. And recently, actually, just this weekend, we had our first live event. So finally, medyo bumabalik na to normal yung community. And then, yun. So it's not big, but the community is there. They're watching this right now. So what's up, guys? And yeah, so we're hoping to help more and more people do well in e-commerce and digital marketing sa Philippines.
Yeah, that's very nice, no, Kyle. I really like na you're trying to build this community kasi learning together, maybe they also learn from each other. And I also like na you also expand yung marketing into not just Facebook but also TikTok and some other social media channels. I think those are also what I want to learn. So how about you naman, David, from Xurge Digital Media? So hello, kamusta? At what do you really do and what do you specialize at in your company?
Yeah, sure. So hello everyone. So my name is David. So I'm the founder and CEO of Xurge Digital Media and Consulting Corporation. So basically we are a digital marketing agency based here in the Philippines, and we cater for small and medium-sized businesses based here in the Philippines. So majority of our portfolio-based companies or clients are here in the Philippines, but we also have few clients outside of the country. But we're solely focusing for guiding entrepreneurs, startups, SMEs to really not just get results but also to understand the landscape of digital marketing, kasi it's complicated. Sa totoo lang, it's complicated if you don't know and if you don't live and breathe marketing and advertising day in and day out. So we specialize in basically kasi we are a full service digital marketing agency. So from social media, paid ads, content marketing, lead generation. So we have clients kasi sa e-commerce, B2B. Okay, so from real estate, so ganun, medyo wide yung scope namin for and then that is passed on for our people inside the agency. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. No? I think very complex nga and challenging itong space ng digital marketing. I have to be honest na ako mismo, I have to say na wala akong masyadong alam in this space, and that's why thank you for accepting this invite na matuto ako, and not just me, of course our listeners. I mean, ano ba ang nangyayari sa space na ito? And ano ba yung recent trends and innovations? But before we go there, maybe simulan muna natin sa motivations ninyo on why you started on why you went to this field. So maybe can we start with Kyle, bakit ka nga ba nagpunta sa space na to? I know your background is industrial engineering, pero ano ba yung like hugot mo? I mean, like, why really did you want to start this digital marketing company?
Yes, good question. And considering the fact na medyo tayo more on the operation side, no, logistics. But I guess you could say kasi kami, I guess if we're speaking target market, most of our people are newbies on as in completely starting from scratch, no. If anything, I don't know if it's even called startups. Parang ano pa lang daw, these are hustlers. I call them hustlers, no. Alam mo yung, just trying out the business and all of that. And the thing is, because when I started, I was in that space. So, I think, Sir Johnny, you would know naman, di ba? May mga conversations tayo way back in college na habang nag-aaral pa lang, I always try these things in and out. And that's basically the story for me. And I saw na there is an opportunity to this. Kasi, if we're talking digital marketing, probably si David also would be in the space na very yung parang more on the creative side, more on building the brand. Thing is, for me, I don't really consider myself that one. Honestly, parang nandun pa ako sa more on the sales optimization side. Okay. And building the process on your Facebook ads. That's like you said earlier, it's a very, very big industry, diba? There's so many scopes of digital marketing. So kami is like finding different channels in the digital marketing world. In fact, we closely associate ourselves with people who are in the entrepreneurship world rather than the digital marketing world. So, I don't know, David, if you know big names like Fibo Lim. Yeah, those people. So actually, nag-promote, this coming August, we might have an event together. We're closely, we're friends, and you would know, diba? It's like a different side of the market, right?
Correct.
It's not on the creative, trying to, and which is where we are. Okay, and I guess that's the two different sides of digital marketing, right? More on the sales optimization, sales process, which is I think where we are also, Sir Johnny, diba? As an IE, building the process, building the flow in your business. So I guess you could say that what I thought was that to blend in between kung paano ba gumawa ng isang sale, paano ba mag-market na isang product, and what's the right process versus dun sa at saka yung creative aspect of it. So I'm not good at the creativity itself, but I think I'm good in connecting those two things, no? So yun, and right now, it's I guess it's working. We've had students who've earned 6-7 figures doing different strategies in entrepreneurship, and I'm happy kasi I think we have the same goal, which is yung start making people start up sa podcast. And nakita ko nga isang video mo, parang you're tired of seeing people, diba, in the local industry na bakit kailangan pa nila sa ibang bansa, bakit di na lang dito magaling naman yung mga Pinoy, bakit hindi nila kayang gamitin yung skills natin. And that's where we are also. So kami, most of our strategies are also from things we learned abroad, like ang dami talaga, big names like Russell Brunson, kilala naman David, diba? Russell Brunson, sila Peng Joon, those people. Yeah. So those are our followers, our mentors. Right. And all of our strategies we're doing here, like yung funnels, all of those sales stuff, that's what we do.
Right, yeah, that's very interesting, no? Especially what you said, na mayroon parang two sides yung digital marketing. I myself, I'm not that familiar, pero like you said, mayroong sales optimization part, like yung really finding the market and squeezing out the opportunities na pwedeng pasukin ng isang newly starting business. And meron din yung parang creative side, like optimizing yung design, optimizing yung maybe yung attractiveness nung service or nung product. Maybe David knows more about that side than ano. I mean, yeah, so David, I mean, I want to ask you naman, so why really did you start this company? I know that you're from the corporate. So bakit nga ba did you venture into this digital marketing space?
Actually, we go way, way back. My family has been in the business, even like, for example, my dad was a former art director of Macan in Cebu during the 80s. Okay, so pinipilit niya ako na mag-advertising, so yung traditional advertising na mag-drawing ka, kasi yun yung company, yun yung family business namin before eh. And I grew up like, imagine it like a typical Chinese environment, though we're not Chinese, but my dad's business partner back then was a Chinese. At as early as 11 years old, I was in 3 branches of our restaurant. Nasa cashier, nasa kusina, nandoon sa mga tables, naglilinis, because they're trying to build the discipline of, understanding. Because if I'm going to like, let's say, measure kung ano yung nauna sa akin, marketing or business, nauna talaga si business. Kasi yun talaga yung core foundation eh. And when I was in college, I already had this vision na I will have my own marketing company. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be advertising, because I started being involved in marketing as early as 2014. So way before digital marketing was a thing here in the Philippines. Traditional, kasi tayo dito, diba? More on, traditional commercials, billboards back then, diba? And then when I started my corporate journey, so I worked with Citi for almost 6 years. And then on the side, so I came to realization when I started my corporate journey that I need to strengthen the foundation of my marketing knowledge. So that is where all of the technicalities came in. So, Facebook ads, performance marketing, content marketing, stuff like that. And then I did a short period of freelancing, okay, on the side. And then later, since medyo naging okay dun sa period na yun, and then I started to think that if I want to scale, I need to bring in more people, because I can only accommodate as much, right? So, and by the way, when I was freelancing, I was doing so many things when I was in corporate. Here's something that I am so proud of. In the past 10 years, I failed 5 businesses. Okay, it's big. That is the reason why I matured enough to really decide what is the best. Although you cannot really avoid failure, right? But in the past 10 years, I co-founded a consulting company, shirt printing business, food business in Maginhawa, iba-ibang businesses, and it was really a trial and error. And then at the same time, ako yung tao na yung parang hindi mapakali na walang ginagawa, hindi mapakali na walang natututunan na bago. So that was me back then. And then yun nga, nung na-realize ko na if I need to scale, I need to bring in more people and bring people who are way smarter than me. So nung nag-start na yon, from yung sa time na pinipilit ako ng father ko na go into the traditional advertising, creating creating tarpaulins, Panaflex signs, neons, way back. So nag-shift naman ako into the modern approach of marketing. So that is where I have a good understanding. It's because for you, I strongly believe in this. If you want to be a great marketer, you should not have a mentality of a marketer only. You should have a mentality of a business owner. Because at the end of the day, right, kahit brand awareness or performance yan, I always say to, even for discovery calls or even for the onboarded clients, na even though we're promoting awareness, that is not really translated into conversion. At the end of the day, you want to know what is the return on marketing investment. So ganun yung ini-impart namin sa kanila.
Yeah, alright. I think there's a process also sa marketing. Ayun nga, it starts with an awareness maybe. Pero ang more important din talaga sa isang business, sa isang negosyo, is to convert that awareness into sales, into actual sales. And not just sales actually, parang customership na parang magiging repeat customer sila. So let's go naman sa inyong naging journey. So that's how you started, and now you're doing this company. So for Kyle, maybe what are some things that you've learned along the way leading up to now? Maybe what are some trends or innovations that you've noticed in the digital marketing space? And maybe I also want to ask Kyle, bakit ka nag-focus into building the community? I mean, I think it's kind of a different approach din somehow. So, can you share some thoughts lang on your journey along the way up to the present?
Yeah. Well, siguro, actually, a lot of people can relate to it. No? It's a really, really good question. Number one kasi, I think digital marketing was really changed when these advertising platforms came in, diba? You have Google, you have Facebook, now you have TikTok, diba? And it basically virtually changed how people would get customers, no? Before, parang literally, if you want to advertise, you choose traditional medias like TV, diba? Or print,
newspaper,
or diba? It's super expensive. So because of that, parang business was so hard, or kayod talaga, diba? Isa-isa yung tao. But now, diba, you can do Facebook. So Facebook, Google, and these things are cheap, diba? Super cheap talaga. Like, people would say, even newbies, mga startups, nag-uumpisa pa lang mga entrepreneurs, they say it's expensive kasi magkano ba kagastusin mo? 1,000, 10,000. But the thing is, if you compare it to other traditional medias, it's so cheap. Super cheap talaga. You could buy views for pennies, diba? So because of that, totally nag-change yung nung market. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know how to use it properly. So ganun din yung naging experience ko, no? And in fact, you would see this parang life cycle of people. Kasi if you compare us with the US, we're always 5 years behind. Like what we're doing right now, we're always 5 years behind. So, in fact, if you really just want to, even if unahan mo sila, kanyari say gayahin mo, even if unahan mo sila, hindi gagana eh. So, parang you have to follow the flow. Okay? And, if you look at what happened in the US, parang 5 years ago, diba, sikat yung mga drop shipping, those kind of stuff, right? I believe David would know, diba? And because of drop shipping, parang natuto yung mga tao na flash in the pan strategies. Mag-post ka lang ng picture dito, mag-post ka ng video dito, gagana na, yaman ka na. That happened in the Philippines like 2-3 years ago. So, before, literally, when you use Facebook ads, kahit anong post mo online, yayaman ka eh. No, but the thing is, times change, no? People learn, people understand how things work. Hindi na nabubudol yung tao, no? And eventually, we need to master the fundamentals of marketing, like the message, the content, the what makes the psychological factor, the sales strategies, the sales psychology, and all of that, no? And right now we're getting into that space here in e-commerce. So what happens is that transition is actually putting a lot of startup entrepreneurs, mga newbies, at a loss. Kasi sanay sila dun sa old strategies. Even I was there. Like literally before in our businesses, we were earning, I would say millions doing, simple picture, million agad kikitain mo. But now, since people changed, lugi ka kung if you just stayed on the past strategy. So, kami, para nagsawa kami, nakakapagod. And that's the reason why we created the community. Kasi, admittedly, I don't know, Sir Johnny, if you know, but probably you do. But di ba, nowadays, ang daming taong nagbebenta ng courses, ang daming nagbebenta ng mga different, basta different platforms. They don't even know what they're saying. Like, so kami, it was a tough challenge, but I said, no, with the background that we have, kumbaga may maganda tayong fundamentals, from school to past work. Sabi ko, I'll take this challenge. I want to make people learn how to do it properly, even if it takes hiring different people from different communities, from different backgrounds. So right now in our community, we have so many coaches. Parang we have 3 home coaches, 10 plus guest speakers. We're friends with big people like you mentioned earlier, Fibo Lim, Bryl Abduhan, those people. Soon, even sila Edward Reformina. I don't know if David knows though. Knows yung mga na yan. So, big names in the industry. We're putting all of them together, making it in the putting them in the community so that we can teach something that's actually working. Hindi lang yung mga flash in the pan strategies of marketing, because those things, honestly, if ibenta mo sila sa tao, you come up with the course, you sell it to them, they'd buy it. Okay, they'd buy it. Because these coaches, these influencers, they use the same strategies but they don't teach the right ones, no? Tuturo nila sa yung luma habang sila gagamitin nila sa yung bago. So para ako, it's first of all, I think it's absurd. And second, medyo kawawa yung mga startup. Kasi ibebenta nila 5, 10, 20K, di ba? So nakakalungkot eh. So that's why I said na, okay, I think there needs to be a change in how things work. So we really parang tried looking for a way na medyo international standards, as I call it, no? The process, so that people see how we're doing it and then they also can use it. So no holds bar kami kasi nga it's a community. And the thing is, if I want to earn money, I'd earn money from my e-commerce, not in the community, di ba? So that's why we're one of the fastest growing e-commerce community in the Philippines. I would say that we get almost 100 students every week. And nakita ko rin yung ups and downs, no? Mostly ups talaga yun. Daming natututo, ang daming nagkakaroon ng good community. Plus, we're building the right networks. Yun talaga yung mahalaga eh. Kasi in business, without the right network, it's so hard. It's so hard to start. So, ngayon, with that community, natutuwa ako. People from let's say, kunyari, nasa Visayas, may katropa na siya dito sa Luzon, tas they're both learning Facebook ads. Diba? And ako, natutuwa ako doon kasi their success is my success. So right now, that's why I'm super, like this podcast, no? I saw na, okay, this is something that people would learn. Okay, let's live it. Pinilit ko Sir Johnny. This is the first live session ni Sir Johnny, diba? So, yun. Basically, it's to build networks to make sure that they're in the right path and not learning the flash and the pan strategies anymore. And definitely they're guided, diba, sa process of digital marketing. I know I can't teach everything, but I hope sure that I can have the network for you to find that person so you can learn whatever you need to learn. Yun.
Yeah. Wonderful, Kyle, really. I mean, now that I think of it, meron kakaibang approach yung if you build a community na kumbaga they do the teaching, they also do parang synergistic marketing din somehow ng buong community. And then now that you mention, magkaiba nga I think ang traditional print marketing sa digital marketing. I think napakalaking difference nito, and especially like with digital marketing, parang andito yung mga targeted ads, parang mas fierce yung nagiging competition between influencers, kasi andyan sa Facebook, sa social media, mas marami tayong pwedeng makita. So nagiging mas fierce yung competition. So now I want to ask David, given this digital marketing space nga, yung maybe mas fierce yung competition ng advertisements, ng marketers. So sa journey ng Xurge Digital Media, so what are the things that you have learned along the way in the process of building the company, and maybe ano yung mga innovations that you're trying to put into the company, or you're trying to provide as you provide service to your clients?
Yeah, so ang daming learnings, obviously, in any form of business. Sobrang daming learnings. You might call a wrong decision each and every day, but the idea there is, first of all, you have to be client-centric. Okay, it's the obsession with the clients that we have right now, because the unpopular opinion kasi na sinasabi ko always is that your competitors are not your biggest rivals. Why? Kasi nakikita natin na there are a lot of companies who are focusing on their competitors. They always want to outperform their competitors. But one of the biggest competitors that you have are your clients. Why? It's because if they don't have a good experience with your company or with your product and they badmouth you, you cannot control that. Okay, so if you are client obsessed, then you're always ahead doon sa mga competitors mo, because you are serving on the first-hand experience your clients or your customers are getting. And you have to make sure that also internally the systems and the structures are in place. Remember that in whatever company that you have, if there is no system or structure, then you are bound to, failing. It's because kapag may loophole, if there is a system and structure in place, you can easily step back and identify where is the gap from there. Okay, where is the gap from where you are really where you're really coming short. And there are a lot of things as well that we learned. So for example, in the client perspective, I like what Kyle said a while ago about Philippines is being behind against other countries for, let's say, five or more years. So right, it's because let's say, for example, blockchain, cryptocurrency, right? It has been happening in, let's say, United States for, let's say, as early as 8 years ago or 10 years ago. Most people have already capitalized on those, and here in the Philippines, we're just trying to, embrace the idea. Okay, so with that, it is also, I believe that should be also the mission of each and every digital companies here, whether you are instructional or client base, is that you inform and educate your customers. Because, for example, for us, we don't expect them to be with us forever. Okay, it's because we want you to, let's say, for example, you decided to hire in-house. Okay, because see, we have massively scaled your company. We are there to guide you, and we are there to be at least ahead of your competition. So, ang daming scope, ang daming loophole. And also, one thing that I always say, that in marketing, you need to understand first people before the technology. Okay, because at the end of the day, we're dealing with humans, we're dealing with people. And I always see these, let's say, mga ibang startups, that we are always reminding them that, for example, Facebook ads is not like a band-aid to really to sustain your business, right? Kasi no matter how great yung Facebook ads mo, let's say you have the greatest creative, but for example, your landing page or your messaging is poor. Okay, where you're directing them, for example, nag-click sila, and then they go to a specific website or a specific landing page, and that website or landing page is not optimized based on the target audience or your ideal consumers, then they will drop. And we can take that to our own personal experience. Okay, people don't. I saw a quote before netong podcast. People don't buy from ads. People interact with what they are interested in, and it just so happened that it's an ad. Okay, so with that, you need to understand the fundamentals. Okay, and you need to be numbers driven. Marketing is not just about Canva designs. Marketing is not just about the brightest colors. It's always about it's about also the data that is happening, and for you to interpret na, oy, okay ba tong ginagawa natin? Bakit hindi nagpo-produce na maayos na results to? Why are we not getting the ideal results? Okay, so with that, you have an understanding. Okay, these people are not biting this idea, so try to optimize, double down on what's winning, and sunset those that are not producing results. So it's always a split testing cycle for you to really get the most out of those marketing channels that you have chosen based on where your ideal customers are hanging out. Don't spread yourself too thin. If you want marami ngayon ang merong fear of missing out, chasing the shiny objects in marketing. What's trending right now, gusto nila na ganun. But the question there is your ideal customers, does your ideal customers have an appetite to these kinds of shiny objects? If you want to be on TikTok, okay, fine. But are your ideal customers on TikTok? If not, focus on where your ideal customers are hanging out so that you can focus your resources, so that you can focus most of your energy rather than spreading yourself too thin. And then instead of maximizing one or two platforms, okay, nandoon naka-spread ka kung saan. So understand people first, okay, before the technology. So once you have understand who your ideal customers are, then that is the time that you can run these technical aspects. And with that foundation, then you are set to, and then you're bound to a good marketing journey. And it takes time. Especially if you want to build a good brand. The Eiffel Tower is not built in just 1 year. It has been built for years and years. Okay, and all the let's say the most famous establishments or infrastructures right now, it has survived for the test of time. Same with the business. If you don't have the appetite to enjoy the journey, okay, and if you're just chasing profit, yun yung common pitfall din eh. Most people, when you're in business, there are a lot of things that you have to sacrifice. There are a lot of things that you need to go through. There are a lot of disappointments. But if you don't love the journey as well, then you won't stand long in the game. It's always about enjoying first, and then after that, then you figure out a way on how you can monetize, especially for those who are considering going into business.
Yeah, thanks for that, David. I think maybe my main takeaway is that marketing should really be results driven, and results are not just profits, not just the revenues that come in, but also yung really connecting with the people that you really want to connect with, and all of these other things like yung advertisements, yung pagdesign ng ads, and even yung pagpili ng mga channels, they're all just tools in the end kung paano mo talagang gagamitin lahat ng mga yan to really connect your product or your service or what you do, your impact that you can deliver to the people that really need them, that may be helped because of what you do. So punta naman tayo ngayon sa inyong mga milestones kasi parang ang dami niyo na share eh. I mean, for me, I mean, those are really wonderful words. So thank you rin for sharing. So punta naman tayo sa inyong mga milestones and achievements so far kasi I know na marami na kayong na-achieve given all that you have shared, all of those wisdom that you have shared. So let's start with Kyle with lead principle. So, ano na ba ang milestones or maybe ano na ba yung parang biggest achievement nyo in the company, in the community? And maybe if you want to, you can also share some challenges. Ano ba yung parang naging obstacle na pinagdaanan ninyo along the way?
Yes, thank you. Actually, for us, no, I guess you would say biggest milestone is finding the sweet spot na we're getting students while still maintaining the community. So, kasi right now, when I started all of this, honestly, I didn't think it would be this big. Like, yung nagsisimula kami, parang I thought na, okay, pag naka 500 na tayo, siguro tapos na tayo dito. O kaya naman, kasi may mga revenue goals din, syempre it's a business also, di ba? And I thought na doing this strategy, parang siguro maka 100,000 lang tayo sa isang buwan, saan tayo, okay na, di ba? But so far, it's a nice playground kasi for actually using marketing techniques, no? We've parang kumbaga, if you see the way we record, we journal, all the changes. We've been doing the same thing for the last year, fixing our content, webinar. Sobrang daming naging changes from where we are. So literal, if you see us the first time, you wouldn't know who we are, no? And right now, siguro biggest milestone, number 1 is reaching community more than 2,000 people. I thought it wasn't possible, but it was. And the thing about this 2,000 people is because they're not just people. Like in marketing, there's a term called yung ano yung tawag dito, audience temperature, di ba? Yung hot, cold, and warm. And the thing is, there are so many people who's making Facebook groups, but they have cold audiences, no? At best, warm. Okay, but the thing for us is that we have a hot audience. Like these people, they paid, they joined the community. They really went in with the vision of what we wanted to do. Like I told them, we're not gonna join here because you're gonna learn flash in the pan style. You're gonna join here because we're gonna build fundamentals. We're gonna build good business here, and because of that, our audience right now. That's why I said kanina we're the fastest growing e-commerce community. Kasi in the last 8 months, no, we've grown from 300 members to 2,600. So that's a 8,600% increase in community. And until today, we're 90% active sa Facebook namin. 90%. Oh. I don't know if you can find that anywhere. It's nice na nga to have a 30% active rate in Facebook. But us, we're 90%. And recently, last weekend, we had an event. Literally, I promoted that for only 3 days. But then people came from Laguna, from Batangas, Cavite. Then I was so surprised that people actually supported, diba? And what more if we can, put this into a bigger event, no? And aside from that, more than the people, it's also the improvement in the quality of content that we're creating. Kumbaga dati, as simple as dati na yung setup namin, wala nga kami mic dati, hindi namin afford. Pero ngayon may mic namin, di ba? Masaya naman. May ilaw na kami, no? So, just improving the quality of the content we're giving to our audience, the quality of coaches. Kasi right now, parang hindi na doon ko nakikita yung value of building networks. Before, hirap kami maghanap ng coach, or pwede ka bang pumasok dito? Every week magtatanong ako, pwede ka bang sumali dito? Now sila lumalapit sa akin. Sabi, pwede ba kami sumali dyan? O, Lazada coach ako, tapos malalaman ko yung coach na yan is earning 7 figures sa Lazada. Sige, pwede ba ako makipag sa'yo? Sige, ako na lang bahala. So, nag-shift na yung tide. Like, people are going to us, people are asking us how we do things, and in return is value for value. They help our community. And I think, yun nga yung sinasabi nila na parang at a certain point, your business with the networks you have, it becomes easier. Kasi at one Bex call, you have someone to ask you about. Like, let's say, for example, I have this big client na, actually not a client, but someone na I want to get close with. And then sabi nila, kailangan ko ng t-shirt printing. Literally, one shot away, may kilala akong student na in the same community. Sabi ko, di ba nagpiprint ka ng t-shirt? Pwede mo servicean to? It was during the time na election season, nahirap maghanap ng mga t-shirt printer. So, di ba, literally, natulungan ko silang dalawa. I just connected them. I didn't do anything, but it was value for each one of them. So, napakalaking milestone. And I think, that's the ultimate marketing na you put together everyone, a hot market, and just help each other, give them value. And eventually, if you need something, sabi nga nila, I don't know if David would, sabi ni Russell Brunson, you only need 1,000. Okay, 1,000 very, very hot market to have you that will buy anything, whatever you do, whatever you want. 1,000 super loyal fans, and you're financially free. Like, literally. So we've reached 2,000 people already. So I don't know if but hopefully naman, mukha naman tayo financially free. But in terms of marketing, I think that's true. Because once we hit that 1,000, 2,000 level, everything became easier. Like now, if we build, like, let's say some brand, I think at one Bex call yung brand na yan sabog agad. Kasi I have 2,000 people who will help me promote that. So, yun.
Maybe can I just ask you, Kyle, what's your secret? Paano mo nakikip na hot itong community na to? I mean, maybe can you just share a few tips kung paano mag-keep ng isang hot na community?
I think I've said it. Okay lang. I think I've said it naman eh. It's value. Like, it's just value. Sabi ko nga sa mga tao, business is actually, it's easy, di ba? Why? You provide a promise and then keep your promise. That's just business, di ba? Yeah. And kami, we provided a promise when we got them in. And then sinabi ko, okay, weekly we're gonna have a live session. Weekly we're gonna have a guidance, no? So, aside from the value, we always follow a I don't know how you call it, a creed. Okay, a creed. And I think this creed has been working for us, no? And for the ecom hackers, that's the name of our community. For the people who's watching here, this is the first time I'm going to say it, no? We always follow 3 very important things. Okay, number 1, process, no? They need to have good process. They need to understand how it works. And more than anyone, anyone in the industry, marketing course, whatever, we need to have a proper process. And I think that's where, as an IE, I became parang easier for people to understand. Kasi may step-by-step flow. Para sa akin, hindi ako papayag na magulo malabo. Yung tipong FB ads, no? Kahit na wala kang alam, kaya mo maintindihan ito. Ganong level. And then, second one is guidance. So, no matter what the student feels, no, kailangan feel niya guided siya. Okay? I think that's the secret to this industry. Kasi, if you're lost and you feel like no one's helping you, kahit na naman kahit naman hindi naman kailangan yumaman ka agad, di ba? Hindi naman kailangan makuha mo agad. But the thing is, you have to feel guided. You'd feel okay, di ba? And I think that really made our customer service 100% yung reviews namin, like positive reviews. Kasi they just feel guided. Alam naman sa sarili nila, hindi sila magiging 1 million agad yung kikitain nila sa marketing strategy nila. No? But for as long as they feel guided, it's going to be there. And then lastly, you need content. good content. So you have to always search those things, di ba? And for us, we follow that creed, no, those three things, these three values every single time. And it's impossible for anyone to say that you've perfected anything, di ba? Until now, there's so many things that we still need to improve. And parang we've reached a level na sabi namin medyo high quality na, but hindi pa rin eh. There's always something to improve on.
Yeah.
So yun lang, Kaizen, di ba? Ikaw nagturo yan, Sir Johnny, ah.
I think ang ganda no na synergistic ang ating discussion now kasi yung kay Kyle with lead principles and with ecom hackers, they're like using this community, yung power ng community to boost even further yung marketing power na dulot ng kanilang company. Meanwhile kay David, I think it's kind of a different approach din ano. So David, can you share naman ang recent milestones and achievements, or maybe what's the biggest achievement of Xurge Digital Media as of now? And so maybe can you just share about the biggest wins of your company?
Yeah, actually naisip ko yung achievement namin. I haven't checked the last numbers, but if I'm not mistaken, we have generated over 8 figures total revenue for our whole clients, I think in the past 1 year. So year to year, ano naman yan? Year to year like range, okay? And at the same time, we have hired a wide variety of talents, full-time, part-time, and freelancers. And then we are already in the works of expanding to some of the regional countries as well, so that we can assist those startups or SMEs in different countries. The reason why we didn't decide as quick as possible to expand, and it's because we want to really understand first and maximize what is here. Okay, because there are a lot of things that we take pride. For example, that aside from it is one of the milestones as well, that aside from we are a digital marketing agency, we provide consultings as well. We provide let's say digital marketing webinars or trainings for corporate clients. So medyo wide, and I'm the one doing I'm also the one doing the trainings for those clients. And we are always when you're in business, and also Kyle, we both have missions, diba? That's what drives our that's what drives our fire to keep going regardless of what adversity. So with that, we're always focused, and the milestone always for us is to satisfy the clients. And to, if you're promising something, also just to echo what Kyle said, if you're promising something, you have to deliver, and as much as possible, over-deliver as well. So yun yung continuously na ginagawa talaga namin. It's because the clients are our bread and butter, right? So aside from marketing being the bread and butter, if you don't have clients, then you don't have a business. So you have to make them sure that when they come in, how are they better off nung pumunta na sila sa'yo? Just like leadership. Pag pumunta sila sa'yo, and then pag umalis sila sa'yo, are you sure, are you secure that they can stand alone from there, and if they can be, let's say compete with different brands? And you don't need so much budget, massive budgets. So we always make sure that, with whatever you have right now, based on, let's say, we believe na yun yung talaga mag-generate ng result na budget, we make sure that you are increasing your company's growth and your marketing's growth, let's say, on a progressive level. So ganun siya. And by the way, we are also, kino-consider ko na siya as milestone, we are also considering how we can integrate Web3 in our agency, because we are expanding na, and the team is currently doing their research on, different countries already integrating Web3 in their marketing agency. So how can we here in the Philippines be one of the pioneers for the tolerance for Web3, and how we can spread the word of the new the birth of digital age for each and every Filipino startups or business owners. So yeah, that's the mission.
And if it's okay, David, can you share just a few of those companies or brands in your portfolio? Because I've seen them in your website. So can you just know some of the brands that you're helping? Because I think our listeners will know more about what you do really when they.
Sure. Okay. Check yung website namin. But right now, okay, so we have Dailies, we have NutriCoach. Puro SME siya, so they're not really the big brands, okay? Algae Biosciences, Teamly,
Yeah.
Xurge,
Those are startups
Sure.
then
So yeah. So yung mga actually we qualify also the clients that are coming in. We don't number one, kung red flag yung client, we don't want to work with red flag clients. Okay, kasi it will just burden a lot of work, you know. And at the same time, we have to make sure that that based on what they're expecting, they can also let's say kung kaya nilang tapatan yung investment nila for the marketing. If not, then we will refer to them a different business naman or a different avenue. So for example, the funnel, let's say for lead scoring. So for those who don't have an idea what is lead scoring. So for example, you have 5,000 leads that are coming in. Obviously, you don't have the luxury of time for you to call or outreach those, except kung may automation ka for the email. But for that, let's say you don't have enough time to, let's say, to do discovery calls for them. So lead scoring comes in so that there are attributions for you to know which are sales qualified leads or marketing qualified leads, or sales ready and nurturing ready, kumbaga. So from there are qualifications that we need to do. If they are not yet qualified as of now, okay, then we don't technically drop them off. We move them into a different set of funnel that, okay, this might help you progress in the business. So baka makatulong sa inyo to. But for the meantime, you're not yet fit. So from there, so that we can manage the expectation from the client and also from the agency. So that is how we make sure that, you know, yung pumapasok sa amin are not just any kind of client na gusto lang nila ng X number tapos okay, sige, game na kami doon. So ganun siya.
Yeah, I think it's really a science, science pala talaga itong marketing na to. Kasi I mean, it's also not in our, hindi mo dali makita kung nasa ang stage na ba ang isang company in terms of, I mean, leads pa lang ba yung mga na-generate, or can they generate repeat customers na ba? And I think that's also one of the things that a digital marketing agency is doing, really to identify as ang stage na ba ang company na ito. And from there on, they really help you. So I think yung guidance din talaga, no, yung guidance as an agency, as a digital marketing company, for those companies, I think it really matters. And you also mentioned before, David, yung mission. So medyo overtime na tayo, so maybe this is our last question. So Kyle, can you just share ano ba talaga ang mission and vision maybe ng lead principals and ng inyong community ng e-com hackers, and maybe what's some of your plans moving forward? So can you just give a glimpse of the future for us?
Thank you. So actually for us, our mission actually is medyo wide, no? We're not just digital marketing. Honestly, more of our goal is to become the one-stop shop business partner of people starting in e-commerce, no? It's just that we focus mostly on digital marketing now kasi we're trying to enter parang, you know, the three core functions of business, diba? You have marketing, sales, and operations. So you compartmentalize each one. And right now, we're really building on the marketing side. And eventually, my goal is to create a sales strategy side, you know, telesales, telemarketing, this kind of stuff. And then eventually, we go to operations. So that's the ultimate goal kasi operations tayo, diba? But the thing is, operations is the last thing in the puzzle. So you need the marketing and the sales. So kami, the vision is to become the one-stop shop business partner for people going into e-commerce, especially here in the Philippines. And that's the vision. And the mission is to help, you know, startup entrepreneurs, mga newbies as they call it nga in the entrepreneurship world, to be able to grow their business so that we can grow with them. No, kasi, you know, if they grow, we also grow. So, yun, basically, nag-uumpisa pa lang kami, sobrang start pa lang, baby years. Yeah, but I think there's really a bright future to these people. There's right now, we've been seeing a lot of, kumbaga, it's an investment. We went to a business where you invest into people because we're building that community. Once now we get super marketers, super entrepreneurs in our community, then that's when we become super companies also, di ba? So hope na in the next coming years, pati sa amin, no, right now, you know, I'm doing all of this kasi we're trying to build a name, so we're trying to build authority in the industry also. So hopefully, you know, that will also increase the value of the community. And yun lang, nurture lang, kaya push lang tayo.
Yeah. Good luck sa inyong mission and vision, Kyle, and the community. So how about you, David naman? Ano ba ang talagang vision when you started and up to now? Ano ba ang vision and mission maybe ng ng Xurge Digital Media?
Yeah, so let's start with the mission. Actually, we want to be a genuine guide for the clients that we have. Actually, I repeatedly mentioned the word client kasi it's yun yung common vocabulary, but internally we don't call them clients, we call them partners.
Yeah.
Okay, because we are not just here to take money and bring result, but we are like a business partners to our clients, and no BS marketing approach. What's happening right now and what makes sense for your business. Basically, we are a genuine guide. Kumbaga, kunyari nag-onboard ka sa amin, you're also getting like free resources or free parang marketing talks sa amin habang nasa weekly catch-up call sa amin, because we are trying to make people understand what we are doing. Hence, yung being a genuine guide for them. Next is the vision is it's also big. We want to be one of the biggest marketing agencies here in Asia Pacific, and then after that try to take over, being like a big marketing agency like VaynerMedia. If any one of you are familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk, kapag marketing guy ka, Gary Vaynerchuk, is something like that. So it's going to be a long journey, but aside from that, we're spreading the word of what true marketing is. And caveat nun, since I'm an entrepreneur first before a marketer, business as well. So for you to be good in those two, like you need to get as much experience from different people, getting genuine advices, and then a bunch more to enjoy the journey and to understand what your business really needs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I really support those mission and vision. Yeah, so we have to wrap up this conversation. It's really a good conversation with you, Kyle, and with you, David. So for Kyle, if listeners want to know more about Lead Principles, so how can they find more information? How can they know? Or maybe they want to join the community, Kyle.
Yes,
so can you just share?
Yep. Hi guys, even though mostly community members. So you can join our trainings. You can visit our page, Lead Principles Co. So it's in Facebook, Lead Principles Co. Just search it. No, we offer free trainings also in e-commerce. So you can join that free training. And if you want to join the community, I suggest join the free training first so that you see how we help people do business in e-commerce. And yeah, from there we can see how we can help you. We can start your store, build your store, and create a strategy for you to start up. Yeah.
Yeah, and for David naman, so if listeners got interested to partner with Xurge, so how can they know more?
Sure, you can visit our website. So yung spelling ng Xurge is Xurge. So it's xurgedigitalmedia.com. And if you want to contact us, we offer free 60-minute business marketing session, deep dive discussion consulting. So xurgedigitalmedia.com/consulting. But if you want to connect with me personally, LinkedIn, I'm more active on LinkedIn. It's David Ramos Marketing.
Yeah, so maraming salamat. This is really a wonderful episode knowing more about digital marketing. Actually, I realized now na napaka-broad pala ng domain na to, and somehow magkaiba pala ang inyong ginagawa. Somehow, I think nag-converge naman into one mission and into one vision. Pero parang different approaches pala ang ginagawa ng Lead Principles at ng Xurge Digital Media. Pero yeah, thank you really for letting us know about that diversity in digital marketing, and really for sharing some of the tips and maybe secrets that you have encountered on your journey as building a digital marketing company. So maraming salamat, Kyle from Lead Principles, and maraming salamat, David Ramos from Xurge Digital Media. Salamat!
Thank you.
Thank you very much to our 18 patrons. This episode is super powered by NutriCoach, the all-in-one productivity tool for dietitians and nutritionists. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado Sellers, and Benjoy's Food Products, the home of premium bacon ends, tapa, and tocino. This episode is powered by ePlayment, Interleukin, and ROC.ph. Support us at www.patreon.com/startuppodcastph.